Hi, Cancer. How about a metal dog reading for you today from your future self? These have been really cool readings. I thought I already did yours, but YouTube says I haven't. I'm doing all the cardinal signs today, so you little hermit crab, come on out and see what your future self wants you to know about the journey you are on right now. All right. I feel like I need to cut this deck. I don't think I did. Here we go. Seems like you had quite the reading last time. It left a big impression on me. That's probably why I thought I already did this one for you. Okay, you are appearing here as the matriarch, the Queen of Pentacles or discs in this deck. Very secure, needs security, very rich, needs wealth, but also what I love about the Queen of Discs, and I hope this is true about you, she knows her worth. And she is here with her family. Wow, she has the light shining out from her head. She is like the sun. She's a happy woman. She also seems to be filled with a spiritual light. Real strong sense of self that you're in right now, Cancer. That's great. Yay, I'm happy to see you there. Much deserved. Okay, your future self is coming to you from the Eight of Pentacles. You're working hard in the future, maybe learning a new task, and this hardworking aspect of yourself from the future, he's going to take a moment, they're going to take a moment, look up from their work, which is, someone that works this hard, workaholic type, you, like looking up from that, you're a lot of pentacles here, I have to say. They got a message for you and they're going to take time to tell you that message here in this reading. All right, I'll try not to take up too much of your time. Okay, the journey you are on. Wow, this is a major perspective shift that you are embarking upon, Cancer. You have the Hangman. This is the journey. Hangman hanging upside down. A, you're kind of trapped there. And B, when you're hanging upside down, you can see things in a new light. You're going to change your mind about something. That's what this journey is, and that's what your future self wants you to know. Perhaps it's about some calling that you have in the future that you're going to put work into. Okay, your future self, this hard-working feller, this artist, very skilled, has acquired these skills. He's looking at, he's like a pawn shop guy, and he's looking at some watches. Or he's a jeweler. That makes more sense that he's a jeweler. He's a watchmaker. He's a clockmaker. Interesting. There's lots of images of timepieces here. Okay. And that time is important, right? Because I said that. This person is going to give you some time. Your future self, who is very busy and concerned with time, has a message for you, Queen of Discs. Wow. Okay, a perspective shift. This is your journey. Your future self wants you to release interference and a stuckness of the Eight of Swords here. It's like static on the TV. It's a trappedness that is just really a perspective. So that's interesting. You're on a journey to change your perspective, the Hangman. And your advice is get a change of perspective. So, no, it's a bit obvious. We'll find out more. You're supposed to embrace futility. Seven of Swords. Futility in this deck here, which is a Thoth-based deck. Futility. What's this image of? Yeah. It feels like this one sword of truth is competing against six opposing swords. And this is very often a card about secrecy, not being open. This is adding that there's a kind of conflict here in the Seven of Swords over, it's like it's futile to know the truth. We'll see. How is your future self, this prudent little clockmaker, going to encourage you to embrace futility? I can see getting out of the Eight of Swords, but why go back to the Seven of Swords? So that seems important because the clockmaker is thinking about time travel, going back in time. And we are seeing that Jupiter is going to be retrograde here. And that expansive quality of Jupiter that has moved through Aquarius and is now just hanging out in just the first degrees of Pisces here for a little bit, is going to go retrograde and get a chance to go back in time. So something that happened before you got to this place where you feel stuck, you are being told to look at that again. Cool. All right, Queen of Discs, let's find out what this is about. So underlying this, under the bottom of the deck here, we have one card. A major cycle has ended, and it is time for you to ascend. Wow, there's a portal opening. The world is on fire, and you're trying to go to the next world. It's just time for a new beginning. And since you've achieved all this, now what, right? But you have to get new perspective on something that happened in the past. And your future self wants you to know that. All right, Cancer. Very cool. All right. I'm going to clarify with a Star Seeker. I think you Cancers are just such sweet, lovely, gentle people. My water sisters, brothers, and others. And this deck seems just like you. You were quite powerful in the last reading, if you saw that. You were just, I just had a big crush on your energy last time. But let's see. I can see you still in that very powerful Queen of Discs energy. So let's see. You are currently in the Matriarch, who is also, there's a Knight of Wands, super fun person here, just leaping out. It's kind of, Wands, willpower, passion. Knight of Wands is always a fun person. Perhaps that is somebody in your life currently, or a younger energy than yours, but there is a Knight of Wands in your consciousness or in your life where you are showing up as the Matriarch, but behind the scenes, this Knight of Wands. Let's see what else. What can I know until I look at more cards? Two of Wands, envisioning a new world, the world that you want to live in, sort of from a confinement. You're kind of looking out. Oh, I didn't show you the card. You're looking out of this window. There's a mountain. There's two peaks on this mountain here. You're thinking about that in this Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands can be a space of, it's not usually interpreted this way, fantasizing. But I'm getting a lot of passionate willpower kind of energy from you or around you. And it feels like to me that it echoes this incredible, fantastic light coming out of the Queen of Discs head there. Like she's got a lot of fire, sun quality here that goes with this wand, dreamy, visionary, passionate energy. And another wand, oh boy, my favorite, the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is the other. The it could be just like a little sort of, what is it? A little kind of curiosity, little start, young energy. There's lots of young energy here behind you, behind this matriarch Queen of Discs that you're appearing in currently. And I would almost, like, I have two readings of this. One is that you're acting very grown up, but there's these young parts of yourself that are just dreaming about being free, just like, woohoo! And the Page of Wands is the one that dresses in a way that's distinctive. Can be foreign, can be a person with different ideas. I interpret the Page of Wands as some kind of queer presence, and by that I mean could be a gay person, but it's also a person who sees outside of the structures of the world that you are in. And this Page of Wands appears to be calling to you as you dream in the window, in this Two of Wands state, as you sit here dreaming about being this free again. I think you were happy where you are. Look at you. You're very happy. You have a beautiful life. You're full of light. But there's like a thing that happens. I think it's maybe happening to me, but like you start getting silver haired, and then there's this young self that is not seen by all, but is seen by some. There's this Page of Wands sees through all the structure, all the security, all the wealth that you sit in to this yearning, dreaming young side. So that's, I don't know what that has to do with the rest of this, which is like, why would your future self want you to look at something again? The Seven of Swords here, the futility. Okay, so you're supposed to be going on this journey to get a new perspective. Perhaps you need to get new perspective on this Page of Wands, this influence here. This same Page of Wands came up in your last reading in the same, in the recent past. I did a different reading for you last time. It's coming back to me, Cancer. Yeah, that's funny. Sometimes I feel like the Page of Wands is me, as your queer reader. And if it's not me, that you don't know me. I'm just on YouTube. Some of you do know me, but like it's somebody like me, who's big, radical, wants to make the world different kind of person. That's like you, and you might not look like that on the outside, but you might feel that way on the inside. Okay, your changed perspective, right? So we're going to clarify the Hangman. Very excited because I'm getting a massage on Wednesday, and I need it. And I think part of it is sitting at this table. I also ordered a chair or a seat cushion. I'm currently sitting on a big fat reference book because my chair broke down and it's too low. So my shoulder hurt. I don't know why I'm telling you this, Cancer. Okay, because I know you're so nurturing. You're the matriarch here. Okay, let's change your perspective. What do we want to know? What's this journey about, the Hangman? Yes, this was in your last reading too. Oh, I used the same deck now. Sorry. Did I? Yeah, this was the underlying message. Three of Swords. Okay, so there's been some kind of betrayal, right? And I won't repeat myself, but if you were curious, like this card, it's like the swirling obsession of pain when you've been betrayed, or, and there's three here, like there's a third party. And when you're in this pain, you cannot look away from it. It's full of emotions. There's tears. Swords are air, but we see the water here. There's many connections across suits in the tarot. Yeah, so you're gonna get a changed perspective on this betrayal. There's a feeling of conflict. Five of Wands, conflict here. You've got this all these wands up to block this doorway, but it's kind of actually preventing you from seeing the world outside of your safe little cave that you put yourself in. That seems to me to be another kind of image of needing perspective, although that's not normally what the Five of Wands is about in the tarot. It is today. And here's what you're being told to embrace. Seven of Swords. This is at the end of your journey. Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay. And this one, again, you're in a cave holding tight to all these weapons that you have collected. This is a secretive place here. This cave. I feel like this is a journey you already went on. You went on this journey already, and your future self, this timekeeper, because they're able to do time travel, like, right? So in every other reading I've done, this has been a journey that you're just now embarking on. You're being shown something that already happened that you're going to get from the Hangman new perspective on. That's very repetitive. Thank you, Tarot. Okay? You got some kind of betrayal, this obsession about this loss. You responded to this by going into a state of conflict. You're in a cave, right? And you've bared the door. So I think more of the Seven of Wands here, usually is like that. But let me look at this in the book. Oh, and the Page of Cups was missing from this deck until now. We'll put it back in. Okay. Bear with me, my friend. A warrior fights to break free from her prison, pushing against the cell window with her wand. In her panic, she has forgotten that her wand is magical. She wields it like a common stick, trying to pry it open, smashing through with brute force. The window bars are also wands of magic, and a spell holds them in place against her human strength. She has the power and magic to break free from this prison. She's in a cave. She's imprisoned with all of her thoughts, her secrets. It's a dark place, and you are going to get to have a shift, a change in perspective on whatever happened in the past, that your time-keeping future self. This is your journey. I love it. I love it. You're so cool, Cancer. You're so interesting and deep and yes, you are the Queen of Discs. And you have this beautiful inner Knight of Wands leaping out off the cliff into the ocean. And somehow there's a Page of Cups here as well, because that card came back into the deck, is here now. We will see. Okay, you're being told to release a state of the Eight of Swords. But instead of going forward, you're going to go back and look at this again. We're going to do a retrograde with Jupiter and look back. That's coming ahead. If you're into that, definitely check. I know Jupiter just moved into Pisces, so kind of open, expansive, out of air, all that clarity, all that swordsy clarity that we're seeing here. Interference, static on the TV. Tough place that you're being told to leave, but not go forward I don't ever want to go forward to the 9 of Swords and then the 10 of Swords. I want to go backwards, and then I want to take another suit out of the 8 of Swords. They're just maturing processes, but there's something that you missed in the step before, in the 7 of Swords. Okay? Let's see, what do you need to release? You got somewhere and you got to the wrong place. The Magician. There's the manifester, has all the tools, can make the world that he, she, they want to make. It's a very beginning place, too. It's the one, right after the Fool. And I think often this person is manifesting this young self. Wow, there's lots of timelines here for you, Cancer. There's this inner child self, and then there's this recent, very Swords-centered place that you got yourself into. Okay, Eight of Cups. There's a lack of fulfillment here. 2 8s, 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords. It's a card of leaving on a spiritual quest for fulfillment. A cup is missing. Okay. Part of me. Okay, this is reiterating. Remember, you got the underlying message is the universe, which in this deck is the world. Get it again. The world. Finishing. Something ended here. A cycle ended. Okay, so you left. And something ended. You ended something by leaving. A magician, like, yeah, I think you left a magician. This is your Page of Wands, this magician. This is this is who you thought you left. This is who you left. Bigger, much more powerful than you thought. That's why you need to change perspective here. Not entirely sure this broken heart is yours, actually. Wow, this is complicated. So untangle all the threads here as it suits you, as it fits your narrative. But there's you walking away from this magician, and it's ended, right? And then it feels like when you're in the 8 of Swords, like, this can't be changed. It's over. It's trapped. We're trapped here. Okay. Your future self says, release that. Release that feeling that everything is final. Go back to the previous step, which is the 7 of Swords, right? Where it felt like there is a truth, but there was all of your head was just totally against that knowing and speaking that truth. Futility of saying that truth. You don't have to, this doesn't have to be an ending. That's a trap. So there's this may just be a false sense that something is over. Like your childhood, your youth, this friendship, this Page of Wands, who's actually a magician that you walked away from. Okay, well, what are you supposed to embrace? What is this? Eight of discs, this prudent little watchmaker, timekeeper, time traveler, future you, say. So if you go back to the previous step, there's actually a 9 of Cups. This is you fulfilled. This is emotional fulfillment here. Remember, you thought you had to leave to get there? Actually, that is in the previous step. You're being told to go back to this. Re-look at this truth. You thought, you got all up in your head about this truth. You resisted it. You maybe didn't express it. But under that previous step, you left behind the Nine of Cups. And this is how you reacted to wish fulfillment. Like a crabby, up in your head, strategic, cold Knight of Swords. Damn, my friend. Your future self is like, you want to go back in time and fix this. Because and there she is. There's that Page of Cups. She came, remember, this card was missing from the deck. I found it because I had to read a little bit about a Five of Wands. Like the image of her trying to break out of a prison felt like her making a prison. And here is, wow. The previous step, you want to look at that. You did something. It got you into an ending. It feels permanent. Your future self says go back. You left behind wish fulfillment, happiness, this little Page of Cups. There's a young, I don't know, like, it's inner child work here. That's it. Yeah, it just seems like it might not even involve another person. It might involve you, but you need to change your mind about something that has got you feeling like, oh, it's over, I screwed it up, I can't go back. Your future self says, go back. You missed, you reacted, you were up in your head to what is in truth a Nine of Cups. A sweet little self with a heart, with emotions. You know, this is what you walked away from. So, a kid, yourself, your inner child. It's also a magician. Also the Page of Wands. I'm so interested in this, Cancer. What did you walk away from? You think you screwed it up for good and all, that it's over. That's why you get the World here. That's why you feel like there's all this interference. Like, okay, wow. I can say this, like, one of the reasons why I just do all these Cancer readings is I had this friend who's a Cancer, and she abandoned our friendship, and I didn't really understand why she needed to do that. And I think about her all the time, and I occasionally send her a little text, and she never responds. And so I think, well, why would I be friends with somebody who ghosts me, But the fact is, the friendship can be healed. It's just, there's just a process where you go back and you get out of secrets, you get out of your cave, and you tell the truth about what was going on, what your fears were, why, and there's always redemption, there's always forgiveness. For me, I mean, I think we're all different, but I do think you can go back and fix something. So Cancer, if you relate to having walked away in some way, and you think that person really, would be unhealthy for me to take you back, right? Possibly. But if this is why you walked away, I get it. It's not about me, and there's all this Nine of Cups, Page of Cups that you missed out on. So this reading isn't about me, it's about you. But if you relate to some kind of regret, I don't actually see card of regret, like a Five of Cups, but I feel it. Okay, who is this future self, this time traveler that's taken you across multiple timelines here? It's just all very confusing. Okay. I was going to say, I've been watching this show Westworld. Okay. We get with this. My battery's going to die. We get a Three of Wands. Somebody coming, or you going, coming, going somewhere. We get Judgment, Ascension, rising from the ashes like a phoenix. This card always makes me think of that. And Ace of Cups. This is really, this thing that you need to revisit is the way to your higher self, to this Ace of Cups that you think is missing from your life now that you can never have. You can go back and redress that. You think it's over, but it isn't. It's not over. And you, Queen of Cups, you know that. You're underlying this message, as is the Quit Your Job card, the Ten of Wands. And, wow, King of Pentacles, all of that stability, all that groundedness, your earthiness, if you have Earth in your chart, Taurus specifically. Wow, there's strength. There's a lot going on under the surface, my friend. Ten of Cups, the Hierophant, the Hermit. Holy moly, there's a whole journey under here. Wow, good Lord. There's more happiness. Gosh, spiritual journeying, commitment. There's multiple images of you on a spiritual journey, but also feeling quite alone and left out, and needing to find and rebalance alchemically what feels like your fate here. All right, Cancer. I'm rushing this into this because I don't want to run the phone to die here. But I wish you luck on this journey of revisiting a decision that you made. I think you may have given up hope on it, but in fact, you can rise from this seemingly hopeless ending, this decision that you made from your Knight of Swords state. Your time traveler future self says, take another look at it. Okay, best of luck, my dear.